Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be playing with mail art postcards using some collage techniques over the top. So starting off with a 6x6 postcard, and I'm just working out what way I want to put it on. So this one is actually going to be a portrait postcard, and I've started off with a background which I've got from a National Geographic magazine, one of a sort of deserty type background, and I found this cool cat from a collage book which I really loved. So I wanted to sort of have this ginormous cat playing with the moon or a plane or whatever. So I had some ideas, and one of the things I love about this type of collage is that you can sort of tell these really quirky stories with them. So to ground my cat, I wanted to put something underneath him. So this is just a bit of collage paper that I had in my stash, a bit of mark making paper I had. Just want something so my cat can sit on something. So it is really important that you still obey the rules of gravity when you're doing collage. If you have got something, it needs to be connected to an edge, or it needs to make sense. You can't really have it floating unless it is something like a bird or a plane where it makes sense for it to be floating. So make sure that you still follow the rules of physics while you're creating your collages. So because these are mail art postcards, I always like to include a piece of postage on it, whether it is handmade by me or if it's an old stamp from somewhere, which is the case here. So this is an old Australian stamp that my mother-in-law collected for me. So I've been using those to stick onto my pages. They're already cancelled stamps. So you know, I'm not actually sending this through the mail like that. And if I was sending it, I'd still have to stick a piece of postage on the other side too. So it is just for art purposes. So I have stamped these leaves on the in the foreground of my collage as well. So when you're doing collages, it doesn't have to always just be collage. You can add other things to it. And stamping's just one of those things that works really well. See, I'm priming my pen up there. With this stamp, I think this is one of the Tim Holtz mark making stamps. I just stamped it out with white ink. And now I'm going over with black just to help it pop out from the background a little bit. And also, while I love that white ink, it's the Hero Arts, I think it's called Unicorn ink. It is a pigment ink, so it does take a little while to dry. And unless you dry it really well, it will smear a little bit. So by popping the paint pen over the top, which dries permanently, it does help it sort of stay where it's supposed to be, and you get this lovely sort of highlighted image. Next, I'm going around my little kitty with my black Stabilo oil pencil, just so I can give a bit of a shadow to it as well. And just with a white pen, just with a wet paintbrush, I'm just water activating that to get a little bit of shadow. Now you will find with working on shiny surfaces, shiny paper like this, it may bleed a little bit into the edges, the cut edges, or it may bead a little bit. So it is up to you if you want to do this or not. I like the effect of it. I don't really mind if it smears out a little bit. It just adds the effect to me, but you do you. The other thing that you can use, which is often quite effective, is a alcohol marker in like a warm grey colour. Will give you a really nice shadow as well. So with my stamped image, I'm going in with some cancelling stamps. These are from Darkroom Door. It just makes me feel like I'm working in the post office when I get to cancel stamps. So I just really enjoy it. I get very trigger happy and I put way too much on, but it's just something that makes me happy. Quite often I'll put the mail art stamp on as well. And I like using my little archival inks to do that, so I can got them in different colours. To finish off my piece, I always like to edge it with a black pen. It just helps that it all sort of stays together and looks like it belongs there. I've also framed it up by just using a little bit of red ink around the outside. And now I'm going in with another bit of stamping. This is just using a little bit of text. just again to get that sort of text-based element onto the page, and giving it a bit of a heat just to make sure that everything is dry on it. Finally, I'm going in and adding a little bit of mark making. I'm using my metallic marker just to add a little bit of glimmer to this. So there was already a little bit of metallic ink in the bottom layer in the printing that I had on it, so I just wanted to add a little bit more of that, and it sort of works with the sandy colours of the deserts behind them. Because when I had dried and I'd been putting my hand over the top of the stamped image again, some of that white had rubbed away, so I'm just going in with my white pen just to sort of really boost it and make it nice and white again in the background. Making sure everything is glued down, and here is a close-up now. So you can see those stamped out images. You can see the kitty cat playing with the plane, the moon, the shadowing around it, the stamping in the background, how that sort of stands out and how it all plays together in the end. So just lots and lots of fun. You can sort of tell a story of how the plane and cat got together and what they did after the effect, which is always fun. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.